Hi, I'm Andy Andrews. I'm very excited to share my latest book with you, Mastering the 7 Decisions That Determine Personal Success. It's the culmination of a lifetime of research that takes an even deeper dive into the 7 amazing principles that were first illustrated in The Traveler's Gift. As you might already know, The Traveler's Gift was a Book of the Month selection by ABC's Good Morning America and spent 17 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. Incidentally, these 7 decisions work every time, every single time. I mean, when's the last time you had something in your hands that worked every single time? But they always work because these aren't 7 theories or 7 ideas or 7 habits or even because they're mine. I mean, I didn't come up with these 7 principles, so don't think I'm the smart one. And I know you're thinking no problem with that so far. They work every time because they're principles, and principles work whether you know them or not. You've heard ignorance of the law is no excuse. Well, ignorance of principle is no protection from the principle. Just because you don't understand the principle of gravity doesn't mean that it won't affect your life if you stumble off a cliff. And the principle of gravity was working long before the apple ever fell on Newton's head. But once it did fall on his head, then he understood it, and we as a society were free to harness that principle to create airline flight and suspension bridges and any number of things that gravity holds sway over. So the principles of personal success are, in a way, like the principle of gravity. They're floating around out there, so why shouldn't we learn them and harness them to create a future of our choosing? The undeniable reality is the story of David Ponder is not just a story. David Ponder in The Traveler's Gift is every man. David Ponder is every woman, and the 7 principles that he began to sow in his life are real. These 7 decisions will work for you. In mastering the 7 decisions, together we'll make that happen. In mastering the 7 decisions, the journey to success becomes your own. To make that journey your own, I've expanded on these 7 principles that determine personal success. In fact, to be quite honest, I've learned more about these 7 principles since The Traveler's Gift was published than I knew before I wrote that particular book. That's why, in fact, I wrote the book, to get this new information to you. But I know that just explaining the principles isn't enough. 25 years of research and studying biographies of successful men and women has shown me that it's just not the knowledge of these principles, but the actions based on these principles that determine lasting success. So I've included some specifically engineered exercises that will guide and even compel you to take action in your own life. You'll also meet some of my friends, some remarkable people with whom I've had the honor of spending time. And you'll learn how their journeys to success were paved with these same principles. The tools are all in place. The explanations to make it clear, the examples to help you relate, and the exercises to put them into action. These decisions will affect every area of your life: parenting, relationships, your emotional state, your career, and your financial achievement. Begin incorporating these 7 decisions today and prepare to embark upon a life-defining journey. Take your first step toward lasting success. Pick up Mastering the 7 Decisions today. Thank you for giving me these significant few minutes, and until we meet again, may your life be filled with amazing and lasting success.